In my open arms is a place to hide.
That's Bic Runga from her new album, Red Sunset. It's her first collection of new songs since 2011. Now, we spoke to Bic just before release day and just after she saw Lorde in concert. So we begin with Bic's review of Lorde's live show.
It was great, eh?
It
What
was
a
pretty
show.
good, pretty impressive.
I love the production and the in her, athleticism and I mean, I didn't realize she'd already done 45 shows of that show, but it showed, it was
Yeah,
really polished and
yep.
so good.
Yeah, it's been quite an impressive year of shows considering it's not even the middle of February with
Yeah. What
yeah.
else did you see that was good?
Well, there's David
The Iggy?
Byrne, Iggy and Joan.
Yeah.
You can't beat
Yeah.
that.
Oh, oh,
I'm an old punk rocker, so
yeah. Oh, very good. Yeah.
yeah. And I saw, was it the country singer Lainey Wilson last week, which is
Okay.
like Lord, it was very slick and well rehearsed, but it would still manage to, tick all the
Yeah.
boxes. So there you go.
That's cool.
And you've got a tour coming up. How's that coming along?
Oh, good. Yeah, so I've got rehearsal after this and yeah, no, I've got to learn my own songs because I've got new songs. And it's not like learning an Eagles cover because you sort of know which is burnt into your brain and you know how it goes. But it's like learning a new song is kind of like, well, it's a different part of my brain that hasn't been
Yep.
used for a while.
Yep. Yep. So what got your brain working in this way again after all these years?
Good question. Well, the story I say is that what my oldest kid has moved out of home, and so like my life's been on hold for family.
Right.
I think it is to do with the way your brain changes. I mean, I guess after the pandemic and everyone got into like doom scrolling, I don't know, that wrecked my brain. And now I'm just like, I'm just hungry for the antidote to whatever that is,
Right.
and that's being creative. Don't you think? Like,
Yes, I agree.
you know,
100%.
yeah,
I mean, those were strange times.
they were. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
People got weird. I had a discussion last night with somebody just about that, about how suddenly their friends just turned into different people as soon as the
Yeah,
COVID thing hit
yeah.
and they were all locked up and
Uh-huh.
didn't recognize them anymore, They were just like posting these weird things and having these
Oh,
strange theories and stuff. And it was like,
oh,
yeah,
yeah, no, I don't know. But I kind of believe in like music and the role of music to kind of keep me sane, like
yeah.
um, my partner said, he's like, what is the role of the musician? It's to keep the whole planet sane.
Well,
But
I think
I
there's something to be
you
said
know,
for that. Yeah. Because
yeah, and Sharon,
yeah, that's how it felt with Lord, this sense of community, especially all these very young girls,
mm,
it's very important to them, I think, to have somebody like her to look to. And
absolutely.
I'm sure you felt, you had that same thing happen to you probably when you were starting out.
I mean, I suppose, but yeah, I agree with you. Like the way Lord was able to talk directly to her audience, and it really resonated. And like yeah, I did think the influence that he'll have on that young generation of women is really positive. Mm.
Yeah. And now that you're a vintage artist,
Montage,
Do you
yeah.
do you think about your influence on younger audiences and
Oh,
younger musicians and all that stuff?
I've learned not to think about a thing.
Okay,
Like
that's
just
probably
like yeah,
wise too.
like but I'm just doing it, and I'm just putting one foot in front of the other and doing it. Yeah.
And so when did the songs start to come together? When did you start writing again? And when did you realize this was a thing?
Yes. Well, it really was the threat of my children leaving home because I hadn't really bargained for that, and I just thought, man, I've got to get a life, I've got to I've got to get back to like who I am, and I think a lot of women know or parents know that story, when just I don't want to be pining for my absentee children or anything, so I just want
I
to
have
get back to who I was.
they come back. They
Do
never.
they? Are
Yes,
you
they do.
serious? Honestly,
I
I
have two
can't imagine that.
daughters. I have two daughters. They're in their 30s
Oh,
and 40s. I just went and picked them all up at the airport and did this. I mean, it never ends, which I'm not complaining about, but I'm.
oh, right.
So yeah,
Right.
don't worry.
Okay.
They ain't
Good.
going anywhere.
Okay, cool. Phew.
But yeah, well, carry on. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, no, that's okay. I was just prattling on. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just, I've just fallen back in love with writing and music. But yeah, you just need quite a level of concentration to write a song that I didn't have time for
Right, that
until
makes sense.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So, and so, was there one song that started the process out of the 10 that make up the record?
Yeah, I mean, there are lots of bits of very old songs. There's songs that are as old as 20 years, scraps of songs.
Right,
And I just was really taken by a David Bowie comment, quote, that you just shouldn't waste any ideas. You shouldn't waste good ideas.
right.
And I guess, that passage of time when you've got like scraps of ideas and you just discard them and you don't respect them. And I think, yeah, as you get older, you realize that, those were good ideas and they were worth honoring.
Sure.
So
Yep.
there's a lot of sort of songs that are quite old on the
Uh,
record.
Ghost in Your Bed, is that one of them?
No, that's probably more like 4 years old.
Okay.
But yeah, and songs like Home Run are very old. That's a
Okay.
very old fragment of a Beautiful Collision sort of era song. And
Yes, well,
yeah.
I noted in my notes when I listened to that of all the songs on the record, that sounds the most
Mm.
like classic Bic Runga.
Yes, it does. Yeah, but I think just also just getting a bit older and getting better at the craft of making records. You know how to finish things better. Like
Right?
maybe a scrap like that 25 years ago, 30 years ago, if it came to a checkmate with the song, like you're stuck. You don't, you know, oh, that's that. But now I know the moves to, finish it.
Yep.
And there's something Cody used to always say, like, my partner, like, who co-produced this with me,
Sure.
he's always like, I'm like, I just don't like it. I just don't like this, what we're doing. And he's like, well, just keep working on it until you do like it, which seems sort of so simple. But yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it's good
I've
to
learned
have
to do
somebody to bounce. Does the way that you two work professionally, has it changed or evolved over the years? Or
that.
how does that work?
Hasn't changed. We really have a lot of respect for each other musically, and but then it's really healthy to not agree with each other completely. So there's
Sure.
a good friction as well. But yeah, we work really well together, and I think I mean, this is our studio. He's a great mixer. I love he's been getting very good at mixing, and engineering, but then I think my skill is in the bringing out the song, and bringing out the detail of the vocal and the emotion. I'm getting better at that, and
Right.
I don't know. It's just we've just got sort of complementary skills. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Very nice. One song I wanted to touch on was "Escape from Planet Earth."
Mm.
Lyrically, that's pretty interesting, I think, and
Yeah, it was
what I was thinking.
almost going to be the album title,
Oh,
and then I
really?
just thought,
Okay, that
oh
makes sense.
no, too depressing. Yeah, like, we did one of those infinity sessions with Neil Finn, and I said, oh, this is from the new album, and it's going to be the title track, and it's called Escape from Planet Earth, and this one woman went, oh, she just sounded so like, oh no,
Not
not
again.
you too. Are you feeling apocalyptic as well?
Time travels far beyond our reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is an apple to a peach? Escape from planet Earth. Escape from planet Earth. Escape from planet Earth. Escape from planet Earth. Escape from planet Earth.
But yeah, no, it is a little bit like it's gently apocalyptic, but I say it's an apocalyptic nursery rhyme
Okay.
because things got really weird,
Yes.
and to the point where people are the powers that be are sort of like actively trashing the place and then going, oh, but then we can just like colonize another planet because
Sure.
it's like leaving your bedroom in a mess and then just like going out, It's like just like trash the place. Oh, just leave it. That's not sweet, you know.
No, you're just going to trash another place. It's not solving.
Anyway, that's
Oh,
what they
well, yes.
but
No,
it's sort of but anyway, when you look at the lyrics of that song, it's not actively saying those things. It's just saying, why can't you escape in your mind rather than like think that you can just trash one place and then just escape to another. I don't know. Anyway, it's just a sort of psychedelic song, I suppose.
Okay, so instead of that, it's called Red Sunset, and there's a song called Red Sunset. Maybe you can tell me how that came about.
I mean, yeah, Red Sunset, we changed the title, the album title to that, just sort of at the last minute because I don't know, it just seemed simpler and it's really hard to get a record out these days. I think I'm finding it's a really big ask for people to there's a lot of like brain power and a big ask to get someone to learn or to listen to songs they don't know. And
Right.
so just driving the point home of that key single and just the all the messaging is just around that song.
Yep.
Because, even I struggle to understand which songs are from which albums because the sort of value of the album's been eroded so much.
Right.
So you just have to be very simple about it, I guess.
Yeah. People's attention spans aren't what they used to be, I don't think.
Yeah, that's a
And I
problem.
find
I
the same
mean,
thing with me.
yeah,
You don't read all of the emails or you don't look at all of everything and you don't take
I
the
know.
time to take things in, I guess.
Yes, yes. I mean, with emails, I always pride myself on trying to reply to everything.
Right.
And now it seems perfectly kosher to just not reply to things, you know what I mean? Because everyone's brain is just scrambled. And so it's almost like okay, that's just, gone. I don't know, brain space.
All right. So now
Oh,
when the record comes out and you're on the road and you have the empty nest syndrome happening at home, are you kind of feeling like you're moving to a different kind of stage in your life?
I hope so. I mean, it's like, yeah, I have to, like I can't be what I was in the past. No, nobody can, and I guess it's such a milestone being the age that I am. And like I'm just I'm imagining the old lady I'm going to be, and I'm just making steps towards that, you
Right.
know.
Yep. Well, I think I see a lot of artists and a lot of them very old and it's not so old, but I think like your 50s or you're in your prime.
True,
Yeah.
really. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep,
Okay.
because you've had all this experience, plus you're
Mm.
physically probably, if you're taking care of yourself, which I'm sure you have, and you got all the chops still, everything's ready to go. I mean, what the heck?
Sure. You'd hope so. Yeah. I think, yeah, let's believe that. I believe it actually. But I mean, I guess the so-called industry doesn't traditionally believe that. But
No.
in a way that's motivating too, because, I'm always trying to prove a point, like with something. I've got to find some motivating kind of feeling.
Well, it's
Yeah.
interesting you say that the industry doesn't think you would think the industry, especially like that deals with artists and arts, would be kind of forward thinking but it seems to be
Well,
the opposite
yeah.
of that. You
I
know.
think back in the day there was a bit more. I feel like the music I grew up on, there were lots of middle-aged artists, like Diana Ross. I don't know how old she was. I think she was the age of my mum when I was really into her,
Yep.
Yeah, or Shirley Bassey, or I don't know. Who's the guy that manages Alice Cooper, but he also manages someone like,
Oh, I know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
he also
Yeah.
manages someone like not Helen Reddy, but like just another like a kind of older woman, and it's like it's
Yep.
all just like it all
Yep.
made sense to him, and he did a good job of that.
Yep.
It's just music, but yeah,
Yeah. And what did you think when at the Lord show when she was having her little chat and talking about how
I
she
loved
almost
her
quit
chat.
the show or
I
quit
loved her
film?
chat. Her chat went deep. I was
Yeah.
like, it's so true, and I think what I took from that is that you. You just have to become yourself. It's like getting older is that process of just distilling yourself. Yourself was always there. In fact, that inner dialogue, she was talking about remembering being 10 and remembering being 5, but that inner dialogue doesn't really change. It's like that's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
and then all that other stuff that you put on top of that, it's just an unpacking of that as you get older.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what advice would you have for up and coming Kiwi musicians who want to do this for a living and are driven by their inner whatever it is?
Yeah, I mean, I think streaming has been so devalued, or just the value of music has been so devalued. But I think the more we live our lives, online, we're going to need human connection, and so I think the thing to focus on is your live show. It's a pretty dry answer, but
Right.
that just getting really good at playing live is going to be of real value because it's hard to do, and it does take. There's no shortcuts to that. You just have to just play and play and play and hone. And yeah, that's the thing that will have value, I think.
Yeah. So what else can you tell me about the live show? Is there a band? Is it you and Cody? How is it going to work?
Right. We have one show with the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra in Wellington, and I'm really excited about that
That'd be
because
cool. Yeah.
we just done one with the Auckland Philharmonia, and that was so good. And so we're just developing more on that. But that's only in Wellington, and then the other shows are just with the band, the same core band that will play with the orchestra.
Right.
But we have really great sort of keyboard player, sort of lots of analog synths, and Cody and Cass are my go-to rhythm section.
Oh
But
yeah.
also Silicon, which is Cody's
Oh yeah.
project,
Yeah. Yeah.
is playing before, and
Good.
I'm a drummer. I'm playing the drums in that band.
That's
But
cool.
I don't know how that, like, I don't know if that's a thing if you play support in your own tour, but I want to. Like, I really love playing the drums, and that's sounding really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you always been a drummer?
I've always been a drummer. Yeah.
Was
I've
that
always
your
been a
first
drummer.
go-to instrument?
It was my first instrument.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Why? How did that happen?
Because my mum really got me into the Carpenters when I was
Oh,
and
I
when
was
I
going
was
to
11,
say.
yeah, when I was 11, she said, this woman is a really good singer. And she's a ridiculously good singer, but she's
Yeah.
a ridiculously good drummer, Karen Carpenter.
Yeah.
And so that was like, my mum held that up as the high watermark of like what you should aspire to.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because that kind of just shows what we were talking to at the beginning. We're talking about, the influence that artists have on other artists and all, probably you have on other people as well. And I mean, it's all part of this one big thing, which was this kind of feeling, this communal feeling that was at last night's show, I guess at
Yeah.
Ward. So yours are going to be a bit smaller shows, I'm guessing, but
Oh yeah,
do
no,
you,
totally. But that's
but
cool. I mean, yeah, it's not about the how many people are there, eh? It's about like the connection, I guess. And I am actually really dying to do very small club shows again, just to
yeah,
get really good at that, that energy. They're all different. But I think what's really hard and works at any scale is just real authenticity and real intimacy. So in a way, intimacy is like that was something Neil Finn said to me when I had to play support at Spark Arena, and I'd never played to 10,000 people before, and
really,
had to play by myself.
yeah,
And I remember him saying it's the same as playing to one person,
yeah.
So just remember that it's the same intimacy that actually kind of travels quite well in a big space.
Of course, it's easier said than done, isn't it? I mean,
Right. But it's something to
it's
think about
something
when you're
that,
freaking
yeah.
out.
Have you ever suffered from stage fright or nerves or anxiety,
Not
any of that kind of
really.
stuff?
Only when I've had to give speeches,
Oh,
that's the thing that nobody likes doing that. That's
yeah.
like, oh, mad brain blanks when you're talking. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you have a ritual before going on stage or anything that
I
you do to
kind
prepare
of
yourself?
do. Yeah, I do actually. Like, to me, it's like calming to just get to sit and do my makeup. Like, I love doing makeup because for something it's like drawing a picture or something. Yeah, it's really chill. And but then yeah, I do have a whole thing of like I have to eat at this time and I have to warm
Uh-huh.
up at this time and then I have to do some stretching and like yeah, it's a whole thing. But the whole thing is to kind of calm you down.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wonder if Alice Cooper has the same ritual with the makeup and as you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
for sure.
yeah. Well,
He's
and
very
what do you?
consistent with the makeup. The makeup is perfect every time. It's yeah, quintessential Alice Cooper.
Yep, there you go. It's all about Alice. And what are you doing tomorrow? The record's out tomorrow. What do you got planned?
I have a lot of interviews
Oh,
and
geez.
just a day of interviews,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a funny feeling. It is. It's sort of like I have very modest expectations, and I think that's really healthy because it's yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
excited that it's coming out. Really proud of it, but
Okay.
it will just do what it does.
If you enjoyed this episode of the 13th Floor's Music Talk series, please be sure to subscribe to the website or to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram and wherever you find your podcasts. There's a whole lot more to discover.